Okay, once you have all the required stuff, you need to get your soldering iron and heat it up. And you're going to need some rosin core solder, or you can use flux coated, which might work better in this case to hold it down. I have some right here, but I'm going to use the rosin core. And then once you have your motherboard flipped over, I'm going to zoom into where you need to solder. This is near the This is near the power plug of the where you plug the power in for the Xbox, and it is going to be the center. Let it focus. Come on. Alright, I'll zoom it out a little there. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to be the center point right here, and that is a 12-volt spot. So we're going to need to solder the positive wire for the LEDs onto that, and you need to put a resistor here if you want, or you can put it on the negative end. It really doesn't matter. Or you can wire them in series instead of parallel, but I'm going to be doing parallel. So I'm going to hook these LEDs up to the wire, and then I'll come back when that's done. Okay, once you have your LEDs wired up, you're going to want to connect a resistor somewhere along here, and I'm going to do it directly onto here. You probably shouldn't, but I'm just doing this for a tutorial, so it'll be a lot faster. So I'm going to take a 12-volt resistor, and position it to where it's not going to block any other points, or touch any other points. It'll probably be right about there. Yep. And then you just have to solder it on. I'm going to use some pliers because the wire heats up very fast, and you're probably going to have to hold it down for a long period of time to get the solder on the motherboard to flow. Get some extra solder. It's probably a little too much, but alright, that's good. And that wire is going to be really hot, so I'm going to leave it alone for a little bit. Yeah. And I guess I could connect it to the positive lead right now off the LED. Let me zoom out. That'll work. Okay, and then you're going to solder the negative LED, the negative lead to the LEDs, to this point right here, which is the point closest to the edge of the board on the bottom of the 3 rows. And there should be a M next to it that should be traced out by a box surrounded by it. It should be in white color. And then you just take the negative of the LEDs and then just solder it on there. And there you go. That's basically how you can hook up LEDs to your Xbox 360. I will have some extra PowerPoints in the description showing where you can hook these up and where you can get power sources and negative power sources for this. I mean ground. And yeah, that's about it. I'm going to hook up the Xbox without putting the case back on, just to show you how that it works. So I'll be right back. Okay, so basically I just made sure that there wasn't any connections that were crossing on the back, and I'm not going to actually keep this on, so I'm just going to show you it without the case on, which you shouldn't do because the fan won't be able to cool the heat sinks down, which is why I'm only going to show you for a couple seconds that the LEDs do power up from the Xbox. So let me just press the button, which is right over here. Oops. And there you go. They're really bright and sensitive to the camera, sorry. And I'm going to turn it off because it will overheat, which I don't want. And there the Xbox turn off. You can also install a pulsevu in here. Hold on. You can also install a pulsevu chip, which I may show how to do later. They're actually built to go into the Xbox 360, but I'm currently installing it into my computer, well, actually reinstalling it. But yeah, you can do this to your computer, Xbox 360, and I'm probably going to be doing a tutorial on how to install it in the computer next. I might, if I get bored later, do it on how to install on the Xbox 360. There's already a lot of tutorials out there, and there's actually one on the SickMod site that is actually really good that you can use. So thank you for watching, and rate and subscribe.